I honestly can't even remember what this tracker was for. And I kept up with it for 2 days. Hi everyone, welcome back and a happy first day of March. I am here to share with you all of the spreads that I did in February and give you some general planner updates. Quickly, I want to mention I have a nail appointment tomorrow, so you just have to endure this monstrosity for one more video. Anyways, I think February was a really good planner month for me, except for in my bullet journal. For some reason, I just wasn't very consistent with my bullet journal this month, and I honestly thought about not showing you my bullet journal at all because it's just like not as satisfying as like a fully completed month. But I thought it's also very important to show you when things aren't so perfect and filled out. So hopefully you do still kind of appreciate this. Also, it is snowing very heavily where I live, so you might hear some cars slushing around. It is very, very beautiful though. I think this is where I last left off. I was just making a doodle because I was super excited that my favorite RX protein bars were on sale and I bought a bunch of them. February was also not a good month for me in terms of both my mental health and physical health, so you might see that reflected in my spreads a lot, but this was just like a little reflection that I made about my health and well-being. This is a little tracker for my 2023 monthly kits, the second half, so from July to December. I have actually like finished some of this, but I just haven't really checked it off, which I should do that, but I will show you what the first half looked like. So this was for January to June, and I obviously finished all of them, so that's what it looks like. And I will be doing the same thing again for the second half. I'm just working on it very sporadically, so that's why I haven't really fully focused on it yet. But when I do hone in on working on this, then I will start updating this a lot more frequently. And then, yeah, so basically my first spread in my bullet journal for February was February 7th. I was trying to do a strawberry theme. I also ripped up some of the doodles that I made for the fountain pens video and stuck it in here just because I thought it was way too cute to throw out. So that is that. So after that, my next entry was February 13th. So I skipped basically an entire week. And this was just me doodling when I was doing kind of like my self-care day, and I went to a cafe nearby and I was doodling the people who were shopping around at the mall, and I quite like this. And then this was February 14th and February 15th. I did this thing where I made a little to-do list on one side and then I doodled some things about my day. I was in a very doodly mood. And then this was my final bullet journal entry of February, which was February 16th. I made some doodles from La La Land on this day, and I quite like these as well. But yeah, this was literally all I did for February. It's not a lot, especially compared to my previous months, and it's just because I've been very busy. I've been kind of uninspired, and again, my general health hasn't been very great, so consequently, my bullet journal went on the back burner, but I do hope to get more into it in March because I especially love planning in springtime, and I think there will be a lot of themes that I can take inspiration from. That is that, and now I will get into my Hobonichi Weeks. I do have like one kind of funny update in my Hobonichi Weeks. So I have this cover, and something that I keep doing is accidentally snagging my tabs. You can see that February is like barely hanging on, and then my May tab is completely gone, and my January tab is completely gone. So I will have to figure out a way to remedy that because this is looking very sad. It kind of reminds me of like having a gap in your teeth. So yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna fix that, but I will definitely fix it because it kind of looks a little bit awkward. Let's see, what updates do I have? This is my movement tracker. So I have a Fitbit, and it's connected to an app, and it tells me my monthly steps average. So I thought it would be fun to track the averages as well. I put this in for January retroactively. I've also been slacking on color coding this in, so I'm going to go into the app later and retroactively fill that in too. But yeah, so far I've been really enjoying this. It's more so for fun, but it's also great because it helps me see, especially when I need to take some rest days. Like for example, this chunk, like I don't think it's too healthy to work out that many days in a row. So yeah, after realizing that, I took a few rest days. Other than that, it's mostly for fun. And then as for my monthly section, this is what my monthly spread ended up looking like. Again, with my monthly section, I'm not trying to fully fill out everything just because the monthly section isn't something that I refer to too often. But I just like having it. I think it looks cute and it's a fun thing to plan. And also my Hobonichi Weeks is a 100% personal planner, so you will not see any like work-related items in here. So that is it for my monthly section. And then as for my weekly spreads, again, my tab is a little bit messed up over here. But yeah, this was the start of February, and I have decided that in my Hobonichi Weeks, I'm going to actually use my fountain pens instead of gel pens, just because I don't feel like I use my fountain pens enough, and I quite like the look of this better than the gel pens. So again, my Hobonichi Weeks is a personal planner, so I write down only personal things that happen in my life. Anything from like mental health updates or fun foods that I eat, things that I cook, stuff like that. This section is for the main things that I eat, and then this is just like anything that's random. It differs from week to week. So here I did meal ideas for my mom because she got her teeth extracted, and I was having a lot of trouble thinking of like mushy foods that I could make her. And then I ordered some snacks for my sister, so I doodled some stuff. And here I wrote that I spent a little bit too much money this week, just in general, so I wanted to cut down on some spending. And then I was obsessed with ginger lemon tea from Twinings. So yeah, this was the second week of February. I was very proud of this like oatmeal sweet potato bowl that I made for my mom. And I think I was having a bad few days, so I wrote down a list of some things to keep in mind. And then I was swatching some of my favorite fountain pen inks. Third week of February, this is my self-care day right before Valentine's, a big cleaning day. And then I wrote down a blurb of how I feel about Valentine's Day in general. And I really like these like floral stickers. I got these from Two Little Bees. This was last week. I was feeling very exhausted, and honestly, I'm still feeling very exhausted. This was a bad mental health evening, so that's why it is mostly blank. Just like all of my other planners, I don't pressure myself to fully fill out every single day, although these few days are pretty full. But yeah, if I'm having a not so great day, then I will just leave it relatively blank. I will typically write down that I'm having a bad day though, just so that when I'm looking back on these spreads, I do know that. On Sunday though, I had a good day. I had several deliveries this week, which was nice. And then this is this current week. Relatively sparse because it is, well, I'm filming this on the 28th, so yeah, this is all I have so far, and I'm not too sure what I'm going to be doing on the notes section, but I guess I will show you in my March planner update. So that is it for my Hobonichi Weeks. I've honestly been really enjoying this planner. I find that it doesn't take much time for me to update every single night. Maximum, it takes me like 2 minutes to write down everything in my Hobonichi Weeks. So yeah, it's been a really good way to keep track of my personal life. Now onto this big planner. As you can see, I've just been shoving everything into this pocket. I have my weekly kit that I'm using for this week. I also have my monthly kit, and then this is also the new shopping mall emojis, which I am releasing for the shop anniversary, which is this Sunday. Oh my gosh. Let's see, monthly section. This is what my February monthlies look like. A lot of deliveries this month because of the shop anniversary. I had so many shop anniversary items come in. So compared to January, it is a lot. This monthly section looks quite different from my Hobonichi Weeks, just because again, my Hobonichi Weeks was completely personal, whereas this involves a lot of business stuff as well. I've been using these skinny labels to mark in the anniversary sneak peeks, and I was really excited because on Sunday my mom wanted to go to the mall and she never wants to go to the mall, so I was very excited, so I had to mark that in with the mall sticker. And that is all I have to say for the monthly section. As for the weekly section, I think I showed half of this spread in my previous update video. I think I mentioned I didn't like this spread very much, and I have the same opinion right now. I don't like this very much. I don't know if you can hear this, but my voice just completely changed. I think I'm losing my voice. I'm gonna like chill out for a second and then I will come back and continue filming this. So if the lighting changes, I will be right back. Okay, that was so weird. I just like stopped talking for like 10 minutes and I think my voice is fine now. Anyways, I still do not really like this spread, to be honest. I think it's very chaotic, which is kind of ironic because I tried to keep this very simple. But honestly, I think it's because I was just having a rough few evenings, as indicated here, and a lot of times when my mood or my mental health is affected, it kind of reflects in my planner. So yeah, I think that's why I don't like this spread very much. By contrast, this next spread I like a lot. You will see this in the daily spread as well because I kind of coordinated it, but basically I was challenging myself to use a bunch of like super bright Tombow dual brush pen colors that I've never used in my spreads, just because I felt really bad having them and never using them. Yeah, for this week I just wanted to go all out. I used this like super bright purple, this blue, this like neon green, neon yellow. I think this was for like orange or coral, and then hot pink, and then I've used black in my spreads, but just to round it off I used black here as well. And yeah, I was going with like a floral theme, and I really like how this turned out. And then this week I did a real-time plan with me on, so you would know all about it. This is Valentine's week, but I didn't want to make this entire spread a pink Valentine's week, so I just doodled some florals for Monday and Tuesday, and then for the rest of the week I went with a very simple classic emojis washi and like a grayscale theme, and I really like this. I think it's very sweet and clean and minimal. Also, that is from spitting on my planner. Okay, and then this was last week. I didn't really do a theme. I basically had these like really fun bear cafe stickers that I got from Jet Pens, and I just scattered them on top, made dots with like random marker colors, and I have this like random piece of washi over here. So yeah, there's really no theme to this spread, but oddly I really like it. I think I don't know, like this chaos I like, but then this chaos I don't like. I'm not too sure why. So there is that. And then this is this current week, which I am currently filming a plan with me video for this, so you will see this on Sunday, but it is my shop anniversary week, so of course I'm using the Lucky Charms kit, and I actually have not shown the kit yet, so this is a little preview of that. So yeah, those are all of my weekly spreads so far. And let's now move on to the daily section. February 1st, we had a lot of snow, and I was also swatching some new Uniball pens that I got, and I love these colors so much. Thursday, oh yeah, I filmed a video on this as well. So this was part of like the 4 biomes series. So Thursday I did a desert theme. I bought a bunch of snacks for my snack drawer, so I was very excited about that. On Friday, I guess I had a mental reset day. Can't remember why. I am just guessing that it wasn't a very good day. And I remember during these few days, I really wanted to get like a portable photo printer. I think there's like the Sprocket or something like that. But ultimately, I decided against it just because I actually really like doodling in my planner, like fake photographs. And also some people said that it bulked up their planner, so I'm not too sure. maybe I'll get it one day, but for now I will stick to doodling in my own photos. On Saturday I watched a movie with my friend, so I made a little doodle of that. And then on Sunday I was very upset because after PayPal verified my identity, which was like a whole fiasco back in January, they once again wanted to verify my identity. And I was like, what the heck? I literally just got verified like 2 weeks ago or something. So yeah, I had to like deal with customer service, and they eventually let me through once again because I think they realized that it was unreasonable to basically verify my identity every 2 weeks. So yeah. And then here I was brainstorming some things that I wanted to cover in my fountain pens beginner's guide. I had a lot going on during this day, but I didn't want to write it all out, so I just made some doodles, designed a lot of stuff, FaceTimed my friend, ate sushi, and packed orders. And then this was the beginning of my challenge, which I talked about earlier, where I basically just used a bunch of bright colors, so you can see that it's like coordinating. So yeah, I started with purple and I drew some pansies, and I also made a note of all of the colors that I used here. And yeah, I just put in a lot of effort into these spreads, a lot more than I normally would. So this definitely isn't realistic for every single day, but I just really wanted to do this nice thing in my planner for this week. On this day, I made a century egg kanji for my mom for the first time. She used to always make it for me as a kid, and now I get to make it for her, so it's very wholesome, I think. This was Wednesday. I think this is my least favorite day, just because I'm not a big fan of like lime green, but I tried to like cover it up and incorporate it into my spread as well as possible. On this day, I signed up for my first book club, which I was super excited about. It's like an actual in-person book club, so yeah, it was a very new experience for me. I also went to Starbucks, so I doodled what I had. And then on Thursday, I continued with my fountain pen starter guide outline. I really wanted to make this video good for YouTube, so yeah, I put in a lot of effort into this. I also find this doodle really funny. This emoji's just like, regarding the bee. And then I had a lot to write about on this day, but because the fountain pen starter guide notes took up so much space, I decided to just extend my entries into this column, which I don't typically do, but the beauty of the Hobonichi Cousin is that, sorry if you heard my stomach, the beauty of the Hobonichi Cousin is that it is super flexible. Okay, let's move on. I really like these florals, but unfortunately I was apparently feeling anxious on this day. I think they are currently clearing the road of snow. So that is what this very loud machine noise is. Yep, I see it. That is the snow clearance machine. Whatever they're called. Okay, back to this. I really like this color palette, and I think in the spring or summertime I want to use this color palette once again. I can't remember why I was feeling anxious. Here I just stuck down more of the sticky notes for the fountain pens video because I didn't want to throw it away. And then on this day I made some, oh yeah, my sister and I made some Japanese rice balls called onigiri for dinner. And then Saturday I wanted to incorporate a different hot pink. It looks very similar. This is 743, this is 755. But yeah, I just drew hibiscus and I had some work stuff to do. This one I left relatively blank just because I think I was just really busy. And then Sunday was the last day of my challenge. I drew this like devious little emoji with like this magic coming out of his hands, which I thought was really funny. And I think the idea behind this was I never used the Tombow colorless blender, so I thought it would be funny to make it like a empty outline. Does that make any sense? So I did that for the swatches as well. And then Monday was my self-care day where I took myself out on a date and I did a whole vlog / journaling video on that. So in the morning I did some work because I, do have responsibilities. But then in the afternoon I made it a day of doing things I love and enjoying my own company. So that is exactly what I did. I used the Self-Care 2.0 washi, which I thought was really fitting. So just a quick rundown. I went people watching and sketching at a cafe. I went to Subway for lunch, but I wrote Subway. And I then went to the library to do some reading and journaling. I went duck watching at a park. And then I made onigiri as a Valentine's dinner for my parents. And then I had a solo movie night, and I rated this day 10 out of 10. Obviously, this is like a very different spread from all of my other entries, but again, I think this is the beauty of the Hobonichi Cousin. It is so customizable. This was actually Valentine's Day. I was testing a new drawing technique where I used colored pencils as well as Tombow door brush pens. So I created this like little step-by-step tutorial. For who? I don't know, because I know how to do it. So I don't need these instructions, but I thought it was cute. And then I apparently hated my brain this evening, which is not so fun. Moving on to Wednesday. My morning was very hectic. I had emails, I went to the gym, I ran errands, and then I went back home. And I'm just reading this first sentence. Holy moly, I feel like I'm going to get a heart attack. It is currently 2 p.m. I'm just sitting down for lunch and working on a Facebook and Instagram post. So yeah, it was a very hectic morning, hence I didn't really feel like writing a full-on entry, but rather just like quickly summarized what I did with doodles because it's much quicker for me. The next day, I created a little section. Today's wins because I need to stop being negative all the time. And then on Friday, I think this was a very hectic day because, yeah, on the 18th, it was a new release. So I had some things to buy, and then I also had a very strict schedule. I just had so many things to do. So, yeah, here I wrote, if one does a mental reset every 2 days, is it really a reset? Because I sure am resetting quite a bit. Oh my gosh, I find that to be hilarious. But yeah, this is true. Like, I was just having this like string of bad mental health days, and then every other day I would be like, okay, this is gonna be my mental health reset. And like by the 17th, I was just like, man, I sure am resetting quite a bit. So yeah, that is, I find that to be very humorous. I know mental health is like a very serious thing, but I do try to make a joke out of it sometimes because I don't know, it kind of helps me. Anyways, here I wrote, am a blob modi tonight. So basically feeling like a blob. All right, and then the 18th was new releases, which was super exciting. It was a beautiful sunny day, so I decided to make the new release come out like the sun. And so this is exactly what I did, and I think it turned out kind of cute. I probably won't do this again though. Here I was making a tracker for something. High, medium, low. I honestly can't even remember what this tracker was for. And I kept up with it for 2 days. Not too sure. Again, this is a reality of my spreads sometimes. Like I do these like random things and I never finish them and I don't remember what they're for. And then for Sunday, I was very excited because again, as I mentioned in my monthly section, my mom just like randomly asked if I wanted to go to the mall with her, which I was so excited about. She was trying on this like sweatshirt and like a matching sweatsuit from Roots, and she really liked it, but it wasn't available in her size in store. So I went back home and ordered it for her. So that was exciting. And then on Monday, I think this was a good day. Like we sent out a lot of the February snail mail subscriptions. I had a nice lunch. And then I decided that on the 20th of every month, I'm going to treat myself to getting a pastry at my favorite cafe. Technically, I can get it more than once a month and I can, you know, get it every day even if I wanted to. But it's honestly like my favorite pastry and I don't want it to lose its spark. Does that make any sense? So yeah, I decided that I'm gonna limit myself to getting it once a month just so that I look forward to it and it's special. But again, like it's not like a super rigid thing. Like if I want to get it some other time, I totally can. And then Tuesday was also super exciting because I once again attended my first local book club, and these were all of the people that showed up. And I don't know if this is creepy, but I made a mental note of what everyone looked like and their mannerisms, and I went home and doodled them all. And I think this is very sweet, but might be a little bit creepy. All right, and then Wednesday was when I did the sneak peek for the anniversary washi tapes, and I made the full announcement. As you can see over here, everyone liked the washi, everyone was excited for the announcement. It was just a happy day, and I was so excited. So I had to make some swatches, of course. Again, the anniversary is this Sunday, so you know, if you're watching this before Sunday, then definitely stay tuned for that. And then Thursday, it was apparently another challenging evening, hence this is pretty blank. I do like these like sweet little clouds though. Sorry about that, I had a call. Where was I? Friday was a very chaotic day because I was revealing the biggest product, which was the tote bag. I was so excited about that. I was excited, but it was chaotic. I also baked 2 loaves of my famous, not really famous, zucchini bread. And then we had a vinyl delivery, and I was like, holy cuteness, I am in love. Even after 7 years of running this business, I still get very excited whenever we get a delivery for products. That never changes. And I think the day I stop getting excited for new products, that is the day I am going to retire. Okay, moving on to Saturday. I'm just noticing that I forgot to write down today. So let me quickly do that and we will pretend I didn't forget. Okay, so Saturday it snowed a lot, so I created this cozy little scenery and I used watercolors to paint the sky. Sunday we also had a lot of snow, and I walked all the way to the gym, and I guess the gym staff wasn't crazy enough to actually open up the gym, so I walked all the way there and they were closed. And I probably should have called beforehand, but stupid me didn't think to do that, so yeah. Anyways, I just wrote down some good things that happened on this day, and I remember that I intentionally just like really tried to keep my mental health in check on this day. Did everything I could to ensure that this day would be a good day within my control, and it was a very good day, so that's that. However, yesterday on Monday it was a terrible day. I'm sorry if this is getting kind of annoying to hear, but this is my anniversary week, so I was both feeling very chaotic but also very excited. I had a lot of work to do, some other things, and I was also sneaking the washi sticker flakes, so I used one of them in this spread and I think it turned out so cute. And then this is today. I'm filming this in the late afternoon, so I still have some potential left for this day. We will see what I end up doing. And now I'm just realizing my anniversary is March 5th. I don't know why I wrote March 6th. So many little errors. Okay, so anyways, that is it for my February planner update. I think, you know, there were some good weeks, some bad weeks, some good spreads, some bad spreads, but overall I'm pretty satisfied and I'm very excited to see what the springtime will bring. I once again do apologize for all of the snow / truck / car noises and also my nails, but I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you on Sunday for another plan with me. Bye!